Hey you guys, it's Rachel here with Senza Cane Corso. So I'm doing a video for you guys today on jerk behavior from a dog. Trying to help you to see if your dog's a jerk. So I have a jerk, and that is Grim. He's a jerk, and when I say a dog's a jerk, what I really mean is that they're disrespectful and antagonistic. And oftentimes those are the types of dogs that start problems at the dog park because they basically go around disrespecting other dogs, and the owners don't know what it is and are just completely unfamiliar with canine behavior, and it is often written off as play when it is indeed not play. And so I'm going to show you kind of a little bit about how some of that goes. So anyway, so I've got two males here, and they're both young. They're not dogs that are necessarily super well trained to be tolerant of one another. And I did that on purpose because I wanted to be able to get you guys some natural behavior that maybe would be more like what you would see in public, whereas most of my dogs are so well trained that they just really won't exhibit a lot of this kind of stuff. But Grim, on the other hand, he's always been that way. He's always been really pushy, really disrespectful. It's just kind of the nature. Did you pour oil there?
Yes. Because the ladies, they put the oil in the bottom pan after we heated it up. Go, now.
That wasn't the best spot though, Savannah, because we film over here.
Go, now.
So I do have a stick here. It's a rake, just for my own ability to kind of reach out and just kind of show them that, you know, I can reach out and touch them. It's not, I'm not going to beat them or anything like that, but I do need to have, usually I have what I call my Moses stick that I would use in this situation. I'll often use it to redirect the dog or create some separation, but I don't know where my Moses stick is at. And here we have some suicidal chickens. Don't mind them. So that's our Donnie boy. He's the father to can you take that collar off? Yeah. It's a bark collar, and I feel like it's too tight. So he's been growing. But anyway, so he's the father to Melina's litter. And I actually have a male. I got first pick male out of that litter, so I have a really big blue male that I may be looking for a co-own for. He's the biggest male in that litter. And for those of you that know, Don Juan's brother sired my Asia litter. And so anyway, so let's get back on track. Hey, get out of that. Let's go. Go on now. Get Grim now. All right, so let's see. Okay, so there, first of all, the face-to-face meeting, not okay. The way he immediately ran into his face, that's disrespectful. It's a disrespect of his personal space, and it is just much too forward. But, you know, Don Juan, I've actually done more work with. I've done work with both of them, but nonetheless. Psh, get back. Get out of it now. You go. You cut that out. So, so what you'll see is overly excited play. You'll see them run into each other. You'll see them meeting in the face. You may in fact see, get now. You may in fact see them try to put their heads over the shoulders of the other ones. But let's see if you can, normally I would not encourage play in this situation. All right, here we go. It's a little bit better. So, yeah, and honestly, that's saying something because Grim is significantly younger. I would say significantly younger. They're both babies. They're both puppies, but nonetheless. So, you know, it's kind of calmed down a bit. I wish that I could have been filming initially, but I didn't have the I didn't have the ability. So this is another thing which you'll get is bugging. So you'll see it at the dog park. You'll see one dog that is just following around, and the tail is always up, and they're peeing on everything, and they're getting in everyone's face, and they're following dogs around, and they're kind of mobbing them. And you may have a dog that's trying to get away, and they just keep mobbing them, keep messing with them. And that's another thing of disrespect. What?
Is that him marking the ground?
So dogs do have scent glands in their body, but more often than not, what you really see is scraping of the back feet after they've gone to the bathroom, because there's scent glands in the feet. But overall, they're kind of behaving. They got a little, Grim got a little disrespectful initially. I've gotten onto him quite a bit for it when he was younger. He does it a lot with Ibiza. She kind of puts up with it. In fact, you know what? Ibiza would probably even be a better dog to have. Well, let's see. Hold on. All right, boom. There you go. Disrespect. See how he's boys. So you see how Grim keeps cutting off his line? See how he keeps getting in his face? Disrespect. Quit, Grim. You see how he went for his face just there? He didn't try to bite it, but what he's trying to do is get in his face and kind of redirect him. Boys, watch out.
Both of you.
See, I don't like the distance. See, that's why I have this device here.
Come on.
Wait. See, now, you can see that Don Juan is paying more attention. Good boy, Donnie boy. Good boy. Good boy. So Don Juan is the one that's listening. You're a good boy, Donnie. You're a good boy. Yes, you are. Don't jump on me because you're huge. Yeah, good boy. So now that I know that Don Juan is listening better, he's going to be the one that I'm going to call to. And I'll tell you how you defeat these kinds of dogs like Grim, is you saw how Grim didn't want to listen. Grim's out of control. What Grim really needs, because of the way he's behaving with the distance, is I need to get him with an e-collar when he's going off in the distance like that and trying to use the distance against me. And that's how you handle that, is you take that distance away. But having said that, the most important thing is that you have very good control over your dog. So those of you that know, anytime I've ever taken Preacher into a situation like a dog park, I always have extreme control over any dog I take to a dog park. One of the biggest rules is that you come when you're called immediately, and even under pressure and even under stress, like you have to be willing to walk away from conflict if I'm going to take you. Because ultimately there's always going to be a dog that is out of control, acting up, their owner does not have control. And sometimes it's really, it's a personality, whatever, they don't have the right direction, whatever the reason is. The only thing that you can do is have such good control of your dog that you can remove your dog from that situation. Okay. And that's what's important. And she, as we see here, we've got our Donnie boy, and he's interacting with her, and he doesn't care about Grim. And because of that, Grim's kind of doing this. You're a good boy, Donnie. And he's kind of doing his own thing. But Grim is definitely a jerk. I love him, but it's his personality, and he's always been that way. I've done a couple videos where I've brought him out with Preacher, had him do some work with him, but ultimately, with the way he is, to really hone in the fact that I have control, I will probably put on an e-collar, and whenever he gets to acting up like that with the distance away from me, I'll hit him with the vibration first. As long as he responds to that, I won't hit him with a shock. If he does not respond to that, then I will. And the reason for that is that you can work with a dog a lot, and that's fine and dandy. But if that dog knows and uses distance, so basically there are a lot of dogs that once they get a certain amount of feet away from you, and here we go. See how immediately he started it up as soon as Don Juan got farther away. And in particular, he wants to guard that oil spot. Good boy, Donnie. Good boy. So, yeah, Grim is the puppy. Don Juan's about 1.5 years. Grim is maybe about a year. Maybe. Yeah, he's still much a puppy. Still very stubborn. Wants to do his own thing. Look at him testing boundaries with Savannah right now. She's telling him to go. He's trying to test boundaries. And that's exactly what he's doing with Don Juan and the other dogs. He's testing boundaries. When he sees a boundary that he can't pass, then he'll stop, which is why whenever he was around us, he cut it out. But then as soon as Don Juan moved far enough away, he started it back up again. And so ultimately, when you have a dog that is going to act up when they know that they're far enough away to get away with it, that's whenever you have to use the collar. It's not about, efficacy. It's not about, being humane, whatever like that. Ultimately, it is a very, very slight irritation to the dog. Let's just be honest. It should not require any more than that. If you're clear in your instruction with the dog, and ultimately what you're really avoiding is your dog, if you have the jerk, either severely hurting another dog or even causing themselves to get very hurt. So if you could imagine that the discomfort of the shock or the vibration is a slight irritation compared to the opposite or the alternative, which would be that dog is severely injured or severely injures somebody else's dog by starting a fight. So it's very, very, very important that if you are going to have your dog around other dogs in a social setting, like a dog park or, puppy play date, anything like that, it is crucial that you teach your dog how to respect other dogs and that you enforce good boundaries. So never, ever have your dogs meet face to face if it's a strange dog. Leashes do kind of create some conflict, so be sure that especially you don't have them meet face to face on leash. If you do want to introduce a dog and your dog does not know that dog, the most valuable way to do that is to, let's say that I wanted to bring a dog into my house and I only had one dog and I'm inviting a dog to come live with us. Then what I would do is when I get that dog, I would put both the dogs on leash and walk with them until they calm down enough and stop trying to get to each other so that I will feel comfortable with allowing them to smell each other, and then I would do it butt to butt. And then also ensuring that there's no aggression. So excitement is not your friend. Even if you think it's happy, fun excitement, it's not your friend. Don't introduce them when they're excited like that. And you want to make sure that you watch out for warning signs like hackles being raised, fixation, which is where the dog will have an unblinking eye. They'll be staring, kind of like the way that you would imagine a lion staring at an antelope that it wants to get. That level of fixation, that's what we're talking about. So you want to make sure that you don't see any of that kind of stuff. And you just take them on a walk, let them get tired, and then introduce them. While still following the rules. And then I would not allow strange dogs to really roughhouse for a while. They need to get to know each other without roughhousing, because as you saw, the harder these dogs just played, the more likely they were to try to get into a fight. Yeah, them puppies are really getting into it. Yeah, I finally picked up my puppy. I haven't introduced him yet, but I got my Scoob and Sauron puppy, my female. I got the male out of my Melina and Don Juan breeding. And then I've got my female off of my Jade and Hefe breeding. So I've got quite a few puppies over here that are pretty much all my puppies, except for possibly that blue male. If I can find somebody close enough. He's very big, very beautiful. And I may be open to a co-own on him. So anyway, so I'm gonna let y'all go. We've got some errands to run, but I just wanted to, just show you guys the dogs. My son is over here somewhere working with his puppy, Bizu. I think they're over by the chickens, and so he's gonna stay here and make sure that the chickens get put away while Savannah and I go and do some grocery shopping. So anyway, I hope y'all are having a good day, and we'll talk at you later. Bye.